Remember to like, subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are here on a late night to talk about seeking brother husbands. The first episode has come out, and I have one word: flabbergasted. They sat down here and they lied. Talk about how, this is not just about sex. Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like two things for me. One, it sounds like it's just about sex. And then two, it also sounds like, women that aren't fulfilled.
Yeah.
Like there's something missing spiritually and emotionally.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because they're just women. I feel like this goes for men as well. Because, you have Cody Brown, who has multiple wives. He's been running from wife to wife, but he still does not feel fulfilled. Even though he's with the love of his life, quote unquote, he still feels empty. I feel like...
And I remember that time when he spoke about a guy he knew who had 6 wives.
And left them all.
And he left all of them and said that he never felt loved.
That's because you don't love yourself. No one can love you more. No one can fix that. So that's what it sounds like to me. When we were talking, when they were, I guess, should we talk? Let's go ahead and talk about Kenya, Carl, and Tiger. Kenya, I don't know how old she is. Carl is 20.
She's 48.
She's 48.
Carl is 52.
52, and then Tiger is 40.
Okay.
When she was with Carl, I think they had been together for 12 years, and then she decided to open it up, and then she brought in Carl.
And I think they have 2 children too.
She had been married with Carl
for older children.
Yeah, they have 3 kids. They were married for 12 years when she decided to open up the relationship.
Right.
And then she brought in Tiger. Now, what happened was she actually really connected with somebody, I guess physically or something, when she went out line dancing or something, I think. I think that's what happened.
I think that's where she met Tiger.
Yes, I think that's what happened.
And so
I can't remember.
She brought him in. The difference between this and polygamy is that they are not really married for spiritual, like having any spiritual marriages.
It just, you feel some type of connection.
It's not a religion like you saw in Sister Wives that like brought them to do this. Although we kind of questioned Cody if he was really doing it, which we found out he really wasn't doing it for spiritual. It was all his ego, baby, as he said.
I feel like for me personally, I know they used to do it in the olden days, but I personally, this is just my opinion, and this is just for like any religion. I just feel like in today's world, polygamy is kind of outdated. It's too expensive to do it. And then also my thing is, really, men cannot even handle one woman. How are you going to handle 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's kind of archaic for anyone to be doing polygamy. But
that's
just my opinion.
Look at Nick Cannon, right? You can say he has all these women, right? That he's committed to, that he has children with, and then now he's kind of like, oh, this is kind of difficult now. He kind of laments in the position that he is in now, and then turns around and hits all this praise on his first wife. Yeah,
talking about how she's an angel, she's God sent. Yeah, I'm sure you're thinking about that because you want to be back with her so she can help pay all these bills that you have with these kids that you're going to spread the seed around.
I feel like they have to have some kind of fulfillment. There's something that they're like hungry for, but it's something on the inside, and they are the only ones who can fix it. Because, I was surprised when Tiger said that he wanted to marry her, because I was thinking they're already married, because she goes around saying these are my 2 husbands, but they're not your 2 husbands.
You can only be married to one legally.
Right, but they have not even done a spiritual marriage either. Tiger will like to have a marriage so that he feels like this is more than just I'm with you and we're just like like friends with benefits in a sense. He wants something more. Well, especially now that she has decided
to go get with someone else.
That she is going to go and date someone else. So that's the difference that I'm seeing. Like in polygamy, even though Cody didn't do that, but the polygamies that I have known, they actually have to get the okay of the wives that are before the wife coming in.
But they never do it though.
Yeah, it's not done like that. And certainly Cody didn't do it like that. But now she's like, in this one, it's like, even when they get together, there's no like courting. like right away they can go and start sleeping with this person in the polyandry. They
I
can
just
be
think it's
sleeping with this
really
person,
reckless.
and then what happens after they sleep with this person? Because she says, Kenya says that she likes to feel
Like she's
in
falling in
love. So she has already been with Tiger for 10 years. So that has kind of fizzled out, that newness. So she needs to have somebody else come in. But this is what I wonder. And I'm sure as time goes on we'll see, when they bring these men in, right? And these, they get intimate with these men, right? What if after that they're like, it didn't work. So you get rid of that one, right? And then you bring in somebody else.
Yeah.
So, and there's no commitment. It's like the women are still actively dating.
Kenya is still dating
They're
actively.
And even the other lady who opened up the dating app.
Yeah.
So that means you're married to one guy, right? Legally married to one guy. And then the women, I guess instead of them cheating, which the husbands will call cheating, they can go with the husband's permission to go and date, get intimate if he goes to that.
Yeah.
Right? My own thing is just that it doesn't seem as though there is any stopping points. It seems like they can continue this and have, I don't know, as many people as they can in the home.
Yeah.
And now Kenya is going to try to get a third bedroom done up in the house because I guess she wants to move Tiger out, or maybe she will move out of that room to this new room where she can get her groove on.
I think what's going to happen is
Mm-hmm.
Tiger's going to end up like Carl. Carl has his own space where he is alone.
Yes.
Kenya spends time with Tiger in their bedroom, and that's where she sleeps with him all the time, while Carl has his own place separately.
Right.
And that because they sleep together is because they're the primary sexual unit. Tiger is about to become Carl in a heartbeat. Okay. So what she's going to do is that's going to be Carl's room. She's going to get a new bedroom where she brings someone else in, and that's going to be her primary partner. I think,
and then Tiger, okay, see, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen. And I feel like, he is like really being like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this, da da da. I just feel like when you go into a situation, you kind of have to look at, like a situation like that, you have to look at the person before. Because they were in your shoes.
They were
that
in
could
your
be you.
That's why I kept on saying.
And my thing, I think it's weird because my thing is, I felt like if I've been married for 26 years,
right? Usually,
and things have fizzled out or whatever, I'm not leaving that marriage. I just feel you have built a life. You built a life. You have kids. Why would you go and bring somebody else in because you need to have a new orgasm with someone else? For me, I just think it's so archaic personally, and I just feel like why don't my thing is I feel like polygamy is such an easy way not for people to not fight out their marriages. That's the beauty of marriage, that you have these ups and downs, and then you continue to fight for this person, you fight for this love, you try to find new, exciting ways to continue to keep that spark alive. If you guys don't go on vacations, maybe go on vacations 4 times a year instead. If you guys don't go out anymore on date nights, why don't you guys force yourselves to go out and do date nights? If you guys your kids have left the nest, why don't you go and do something fun? Do something that college kids will go do. Maybe go to a roller skating rink, or maybe go to a movie theater, or fun stuff. I feel like there's ways to keep marriages burning and keep it still alive. That's just what I feel.
Another part of this woman that you did not know, because what she was saying is, Carl,
he's her spiritual part, and then Carl
and a conversation, has very good conversation.
And Tiger is the spontaneity and the fun. So
and she said that feeds a part of her, right? But what would have been nice
if Carl got some of that.
If they had stuck with each other, and Carl now begins to discover the spontaneity, in her, those other parts that Tiger fuels in her, brings out in her.
But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Carl The way he been on that phone, that man. I believe he having an affair. He's sitting down here on this thing as if he is sitting down there like some bump on the log, being committed to this woman who thinks she's Queen Bee. He is having an affair. And he is on that phone talking about he is an introvert and he likes to be alone. No, you cheating. No. You going to the library to go see your mistress. And, you know, I ain't got nothing to say because she out here. Like, because she out here, right? And she basically dating men and all this stuff and having sex. And then she has Tiger there. I mean, she obviously is not keeping the eye on Carl. Like, I would not even blame the brother. I don't believe in cheating, but I mean, it is what it is. This is just ridiculous. How are you still dating and having sex with random people? Yes. My thing is, I could not be in polygamy. Because what are you bringing back to me? Like, that's just nasty.
This is not because in polygamy, right, the men are married to these women in a spiritual
they are. That don't mean a damn thing. Spiritual marriage. And look at Christine, look at Janelle. Don't have not two nickels to rub together at all. While Robin has all the cards. What has a spiritual marriage got to Christine except for some kids and years of heartbreak? Let's be honest.
And aging.
I mean, like, so spiritual marriage just missed me with all that.
Now it's like her youth is coming back. Oh my goodness.
Just suck the life out of you, putting money in a family fund just for that ramen bald-headed noodle man to go and steal the family fund and go send himself out with his new wife. Yeah. I'm like, that's just...
I mean, but one of the good things I think, there are some pros to the polygamy.
Name two pros.
Well, I will certainly say Janelle really enjoyed a pro because she was working and her kids were raised, okay? Her kids were raised. Robin has benefited. She's
the legal wife.
With 3 babies.
You can't use Robin. You use Mary. Because she's the legal wife.
Let me tell you, the pros are there in polygamy.
Now I'm talking about the spiritual marriage that you said.
Well, that's what they have, right?
Robin does not. She has a legal marriage.
Yeah, well,
she has forced Mary to sign the dotted line, and she is not a legal wife.
But the thing is, it's like you have, and the other thing that they haven't talked about in this husband one in polyandry, they haven't really talked about the finances, like how I guess they're all putting the money there. And you know something else, I can see how this can be a pro for Carl for sure, because when he gets his man cave, a lot of times they say men want a man cave in the house. So he gets his little man cave with his introvert stuff that he said he does, which I don't believe. I believe that man he's as extroverted. As soon as he leaves that house, I think he might be extroverted.
I'm sorry, I don't know how much a man loves a woman if he can sit down there as he hears his wife with someone else. Well, I don't know how much my man will love me if I was out there doing that. I don't think a man can do that.
I'm thinking that as time has gone on and
he just
things
don't
are
care.
more expensive, right? People who, okay, I'm married, at least I get some of the perks, right? When tax time comes, I get some of those little perks. I get to live in a nice comfy house. If we ever sell this house, I get half, right? So he is fine. He is fine financially. Mm-hmm. But he is the legal husband, right?
Right.
Tiger, maybe that's why he wants to have some kind of spiritual marriage. Well, maybe he thinks that if he has that, right, it could be one of two things. Maybe he's thinking, if I have this spiritual marriage with her, right, maybe she wouldn't think about another guy. Because this would be something fun that we're planning and all this stuff.
I don't think Kenya can be bothered. I think the only reason why she would want to have a marriage is to rub it in his mother's face. Yeah. That's it. That's what the vibes I'm getting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she did say that Tiger
I've added value to his life. I give him purpose, and she needs to validate me. And if not, then it's not worth the celebration. But if she does, then that will be worth the celebration. Right. It seemed like she was rubbing his mom's face.
So she agreed with Tiger since Tiger was 30.
Mm-hmm.
And probably he was just another 30-year-old who don't have his stuff together and probably live with parents.
Yeah.
And she found him in the dance club. And Tiger said, woo, okay, all right, we stay. And Carl was just as happy as it could be because As long as this man is there, I don't have to hear any nagging of what I'm not doing for her.
And I can go cheat. And
You know what I'm saying? Whenever she wants a little conversation, yes, I'll always have a subject. Let me go to the library, look for something.
I think, why would you traumatize your kids like that? Listen, I can't talk about these people because we're on 15 minutes.
And we have to talk about the kids, right? But I guess it's time to talk. We will find these kids. Well, okay, how about the other lady?
Let's talk about Mike and Elisa.
Is that the one with the
That's the one that cheated.
Oh, the wife cheated,
You know, my thing is, I feel like
he really, really likes her, I
think he really loves her.
Yeah.
He did not want to let her go.
No.
But I don't believe he actually ever wanted her to go and have another partner.
No, because we see the preview where he asks her, well, what if
we don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, what if, like, yeah,
I don't think he's ready for that.
She's just looking at him like,
there's something missing inside of her because she was like, yes, I'm very happy. My thing is, why would I go and cheat if, you know, if what I have is so happy? Maybe it's something else. I think what it is that you're seeking validation outside of yourself and you're looking for it in the arms of another man instead of just trying to look inward. That's why it's so important not to go look for love when you are in a crappy place in your life and you don't have yourself emotionally or spiritually together. That's what I think this is about. But I don't think he wants to do that. I think he will probably vomit if she actually went ahead. Like he's playing nice to be
stalling.
He seems
to be doing a little bit of stalling and stuff. I mean, now she has to go tell his family.
I don't even think she feels that comfortable with it either. I don't know. She seems a little off, but she seems like she's there for the ride. I don't know.
I thought that maybe it seems to me that there might be a little bit of anger and resentment there with her husband.
You think so?
Because it's like, I cheated, you found out, and then
you're staying?
We are talking about other men. Maybe she feels like I want him to fight for me and show the passion that he cares.
Because I mean, it seems like she kept on asking and nagging him like.
He seems to be very like this. And she seems to be in a it's very subtle.
Remember,
she seems to be like maybe saying little things to goad him.
Remember she said, so how would you feel if I was holding hands with another man? Like, how would you feel if I was kissing someone else? I'm like, if I'm looking for another man, I'm not really.
He is very like this. I dated someone who was like that.
Yeah.
Which I really couldn't care about. I mean, I couldn't it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
But I have known women who have a problem when the guy is like, actually I have a very good friend, one of my very good friends. He had a wife and he is like this. I don't mind someone like this because there are times that I like to be alone. There are times, I can be good on my own. Right. So there are times I'm like that. And so if you're like this, okay, as long as every now and then, you indulge me. But he was like this, and his wife continued to try to poke him.
She might be doing
either
it to
going to
him.
a club. Well, what do you want me to do? I need to go to the. I said, well, I don't really want to go. Oh, well, I'm going to go by myself. Oh, okay. Come home at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's like, okay. And then talking to me, I'm like, excuse me? You make her go at 4 o'clock in the morning. What is wrong with you? Well, that's her life. I don't want to try to control her. Are you nuts? But she was that kind of woman who wants her man to show passion, who wants her man to say, and when I talked to her, she wanted him to say, you're not going anywhere. Sit down. No, you're not leaving. Well, we're going to go to the club together then. You dance with only me. She wanted that so badly, but I have known this guy for decades. He stays like this. They're no longer together now, but they divorced. But
maybe that's what it is. You're
and
so
that's
right.
it. So I think with her, it's very subtle.
Yeah.
But it's like she's trying to goad him. And he's not really taking the bait, but it's not like he's trying to. He's not even aware. But I don't think he's aware that this is how his norm is.
Absolutely.
And so maybe for them it's like some kind of therapy. how did you really feel when this woman
Maybe that's
did
why she
X,
even
Y,
cheated,
Z?
because she wanted to get a reaction out of him to show him that
that's
he's
what
passionate about me, that
happens.
he loves me.
Yes.
Like, I feel like some women actually really do need that. I need you
They
to
need that.
physically tell me. I need you to tell me,
Yeah.
and I need you to be passionate about me,
Yeah.
which I can understand.
Yeah. And they don't, and even when, yeah,
I think that's what that is. I think you hit the
so.
nail right on the head.
yeah, so there's something, that's the thing that's off.
Yeah.
Then the other lady,
Kim
her
Dustin and
husband,
Vincent, she seems really
yeah, she
off.
seems a little selfish. I think of all of them, I felt like she was selfish
But you
because,
want him to come back, Vincent.
yeah,
But you want him to be basically like okay with you being with other men, which I mean, obviously you're like, well, I'm with someone else already. You know, this guy who was here before. But I mean, I
and
guess
he was not. I think he came right. He has had 2 divorces, so I guess he figured to himself, well, maybe let me try this. Maybe this will actually work, and I will stay in this relationship. Why you thought that, I don't know. What you should have done after your 2 divorces, you should have hurried yourself up to a psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
2 divorces?
seek help.
Like, you have 2 divorces, you have all these children.
Yeah.
And I think he thought, okay, maybe he's one of those people who cannot be alone. You know, there's some people like that.
Obviously, all the people on this show, and then also her husband. Yeah, I wanted her to be with someone else.
I don't think he really wanted that. Because when he met her, both were not thinking about that. I think he is trying to convince himself. Because what are you going to do? I don't want to lose the woman, okay? This is the woman for a lifetime. I'm already married to her, okay? I don't want to lose her. This is where she wants to be. Why do you keep on looking at it?
I don't know why. What do you know?
Oh, okay.
My thing is, the moment she sat down there and laid down with another man, you lost her. You lost her when she decided to go and lay down with another man.
Remember, she said they talked
It's a
about
wrap.
it.
It's a wrap like a
told him
biscuit.
before? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My thing is, she saw someone else, decided to own another relationship. As soon as she's having those thoughts, when a woman sits down and she has told you an idea,
Yeah.
just know she has thought about it about 1,000 times
Yeah.
before she comes out her lips to tell you what she really got planned going on. The moment she come tell you some mess like that, you've lost her, buddy.
But
It's time to wrap it up.
This is different. The polyandry, from what I'm understanding, it's different from an open relationship.
It is an open relationship.
In an open relationship, both the husband and the wife open up their marriage to be with different people. However, in this polyandry, they said, and Kenya said actually yesterday, she said the women get to have multiple partners, however the men don't. She said so.
Carl is cheated for 7 days a week, 24/7. I don't care what nobody say. Carl is out there cheating, honey. He is cheating. The look on that man's face, he is running the streets. He is running the streets. Okay, can't nobody tell me nothing. Kenya, you can sit down there.
That's my thing.
Listen, you can sit down there with your little chihuahua, thinking that man ain't cheating, and you got the 2 men. That's fine, but you not paying attention to Carl. So how the hell will you know if he's sleeping around with Becky, Jane, Kawisha, and whoever else down the block? So please, girl, you need to watch Carl, because Carl is up to no damn good. No good.
The way he was standing there, it's almost as if like he said to himself, yep, at least I'm married, so I got the financial, whatever.
My thing
And thank God all my 3 kids are thriving out of this house. And I got my back in.
He just didn't care though. Like, this man was like, look, I don't care if y'all see me on this TV and you think I'm a sucker for being with this woman. I don't care, because y'all know what I'm doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And let's not forget Sunday, God's day. You don't know what I'm doing that day either. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Carl looked like he actually don't give a damn. This is another check. This is another check.
Yes.
So he's like, I want to do whatever. That's fine. I have to go see Felicia after this show is finished taping. Tyler, you got her? Okay, primary sexual units, y'all got it. Let me go get my sex.
And I think that's the thing. Do these women honestly, I believe, because the commitment is not there.
Carl doesn't cheat, man.
The commitment is not there, and I think that's where I'm really having,
it looks like a bunch of debauchery to me. That's what I mean. As far as I'm concerned.
like, it's like, I don't know if, maybe as time gets, let's give us a couple more times.
Let's give it a
First of
couple
all,
more times.
when we were watching this, we had to watch half, right? Because we were actually in the middle of the fast. We were actively fasting.
And we were like,
it kind of rubbed my whole spirit wrong.
We had to wait until we
I was having like a headache, so we just stopped in halfway, and then we came back after we had eaten, after we broke the fast. And we watched them. In fact, I was like...
That's why we're even reviewing it now.
After we watched another quarter, I said, Mary, this is not going to be a show that we're going to do. And then you were like, Mom, let's just finish it. Let's just finish watching it.
No, I was invested now.
Look, and she's like, and after the first one, let's figure out if we're going to do it. But I want to do a couple more because I want to see what happens with the money. Finances, how does that work?
We have to watch this at night.
To also see whatever happened to the children. I really want to know how this whole thing is going. So those are two things that are a little missing. So it'll be very interesting to see.
All I'm going to say is that I would be mentally effed up if my parents came to me and told me that they're opening up their marriage and Mom's going to be sleeping around with Tom, Dick, Harry, Shane, and Jane, and then Sean. I actually will be in a mental institution. And I will not be told to my parents.
I mean, they said to the children, and they took.
I'm like, what is this? You guys raised me to be like, like, say you raised me right up to be Muslim, and then you and Daddy come and tell me that, oh, you are now going to be living some polyandry, and you're seeing 10 different men a week. That's too much. That would be too much. You just check me into the state asylum and pray for me.
Yeah, it's all very interesting. But yeah,
it is crazy.
Though he's checked out.
Carl is cheating.
The man Bond person looks like
confused.
No, not confused. But I will not be surprised if a woman makes a whatever on him. The guy's he's not ugly. If a woman makes a thing on him, like a pass at him, I don't know if he will say no.
Yeah.
That man Bond guy. And then we already talked about the lady who was trying to go with her husband. And that's not even his character. You know?
I don't even think that's her character. But it's Mary.
I don't know. And
we invite y'all to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment down below. Are you guys going to go? Please let us know down below if you are willing to go on this journey with us for the next 2 shows, or if you think it's a wrap and you can't do it. Let us know.